Jai Gurudev. Am I live now?
Yes.
Jai Gurudev everyone. आप सबका सत्वा टॉक्स के इस नए सेशन में स्वागत है. Jai Gurudev. There's nobody on the screen right now in front of me. संजय भैया दिख नहीं रहे मुझे. Jai Gurudev.
Can you hear me? See me?
Yes, भैया आप आ गए. Jai Gurudev. Welcome to the brand new session of Sattva Talks. आज एपिसोड स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं सत्वा टॉक्स के बारे में एक छोटा सा परिचय दूंगा. एक छोटे से पौधे के तौर पे शायद अभिषेक भैया, शुभांगी दीदी और एक पूरी टीम ने इसको बोया था. आज सत्वा टॉक्स एक छायादार वृक्ष का रूप ले चुका है. पिछले 3 साल से बिना किसी एक भी ब्रेक के पूरी पैंडेमिक के दौरान इन सब ने अपनी सेवाएं दी है और सत्वा टॉक्स यहाँ तक पहुंचा है. 16,000 से ज्यादा सब्सक्राइबर्स इस वक्त क्रॉस कर चुके हैं. और संजय भैया मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि बहुत ही कैंडिड सेशन होता है, हार्ट टू हार्ट कॉन्वर्सेशन होता है. ऐसा लगता है जैसे आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग परिवार एक साथ बैठा है, कहीं आउटिंग पे आया है. हम सब मिलते हैं, एक दूसरे से साधना की बातें करते हैं, अपने अपने साधक जीवन का जो समस्याएं हैं वो आप लोगों के सामने रखते हैं. साथ ही मैं संजय भैया का परिचय देना चाहूंगा. संजय भैया बैंगलोर कर्नाटक से हैं. संजय भैया को 25 साल 25+ years of working experience. He's a senior engineer in one of the top IT companies in Bangalore. He's also a faculty of art of living since 2018. 5 साल से ज्यादा ये एक टीचर के तौर पे अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं. इन्होंने he has taken more than 50 offline and online courses. और मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि आज का जो टॉपिक है वो बहुत ज्यादा रिलेट करता है हम लोगों से, जो एक आम हम लोग अपना जीवन बिता रहे हैं और कैसे एक प्रोफेशनल और अपना घर का जीवन, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ और उसके बाद फिर आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग का जो एक पूरा साधना का हमारा एक जो रूटीन होता है उसको हम लोग कैसे बखूबी निभा रहे हैं, उस पे आज का सेशन रहेगा. आज का टॉपिक है, डू यू थिंक यू कैन सॉल्व योर प्रॉब्लम्स अलोन? सो भैया, ओवर टू यू.
Jai Gurudev. Hope you can all hear me. Okay. Welcome to the Sattva Talks. It's the first time that I'm doing something like this, even though I've been doing this as part of my courses. One thing that I want to tell you upfront is my Hindi is not good. So it would be in English. I'll try to keep it in as simple English as possible. I'll try to speak slowly. And if there's any translation needed, probably I'll try to do the translation or I'll ask Amit Bhaiya. He did a wonderful thing. I can understand everything in Hindi, but I cannot speak in Hindi fluently. So that's the reason I choose to speak in English. Hope it is okay. Anybody cannot understand any English at all, it'll be tough. Okay, thank you. So the topic that we have chosen is, do you think you can solve all your problems alone? The reason why I chose this topic for my Sattva talks, for today's talk is, I thought I could. I thought I could solve any of my problems by my determination, hard work, and ability. So if you look at it, my entire life can be divided so far into 2 halves. It can be divided into one where I was not part of art of living, then when I came into art of living. So this is just a set of big incidents in my life that told me that you cannot solve your problems all alone. and I'll tell you what is needed to solve your problems and which is my experience. So I, even in the art of living, right? When I first did my course, it was more I was looking at it as intellectually. How will Kriya work? What is the scientific basis of it? What happens during pranayama? I'm a science graduate, so I was looking at all of this as trying to learn why this happens. So a lot of times, and it was also some of the cases where I looked at the talks from Gurudev and I was looking at it as, you know what? Okay, this is good. This is nice. When Gurudev says something, when I hear a Gurudev's talk, yeah, this resonates with me. That was more at an intellectual level. So why I was looking at it, right? If you look back my life before Art of Living, it was from the childhood, I had this opinion that if you work harder, if you work smarter, you can overcome any problems in life, you can solve any problems. So to some extent, you know what? I was able to succeed also with this thought and with this understanding. Whether it be my education, I got good grades in my school. I was one of the toppers in the class. I got a merit seat in my post-graduation where there were like 6 seats out of 350 people who joined. There were only 6 merit seats. I got one of them. So I was thinking that, you know what, if you do the hard work and if you do your set of things, you can solve it. I wanted to play cricket for my university. I practiced hard and I got selected also for the university. I played for my Mysore University cricket team. So all of this made me think that, you know what, if you do your work correctly, if you have put your effort harder, you can solve all the problems in the life. So I was successful, and so I continued with that. I was a person with a positive attitude. I was a committed person, whether it be at work, whether it be at my extracurricular activities, whatever I did. I was a committed person. I did look at it as you should do your work honestly and sincerely. To some extent, I follow that even now, but except for the fact that that part that I am in control of myself has gone away from me completely. So it was like this, right? Art of Living came to me by chance. If you have a problem in life, if you have something like, I cannot solve it, you look out. But whenever a problem came to me, I had a solution. I used to work towards that. I used to succeed, struggle and succeed. So I was not in a position to say, I need to ask somebody else. So Art of Living was not required for me. I had heard about Art of Living. It was more of for me that it is needed when you are retired in life, you relax, and that's when you need meditation and such stuff. So that was not my cup of tea. So it so happened, my first trust, right? When I joined, I say 2008, 2009, my mother-in-law, my wife's mother, she was ill. She was staying with us for some time for doctor checkup, and we were taking care of her. I can say my wife used to take care of her well. I was just supporting her and such stuff. But at some point, she was recovering, but she suddenly died of heart attack, cardiac arrest. It was a sudden change. We did not expect her to die. It was a shock for all of us. And we did that entire 13-day process, go to the cremation, all of those things happened. And then my wife is the youngest daughter of 4 children. So she was devastated, I can say, because she was taking care of her mother so well. I thought it so happened to me. My mother also had expired a few years back. So I knew what it is to lose a mother, right? But it so happened after 13 days, 15 days, whatever, my wife came, we came. She was not herself. I was looking at her. She was like sitting all alone, sitting in a place crying. Tears used to flow through her eyes. I was asking what's happening. So I wanted to help her come out of it. So I said, you know what? These are the things that happen in life. Even I have lost my mother. This is not something to worry. You have to come out of this in life. Life is big. All of those things, which is at an intellectual level, I was telling her. It so happened that she was going deeper and deeper into depression. I did not know what depression was. And it so happened that I was telling her, I was actually, one day I came from office, she was nowhere to be seen. I looked around the house, I went to the security, asked where it is and such stuff. Nobody knew what it was. Then finally I found she was in a corner of, in the house itself, she was sitting in a corner and crying. I said, what's happening? Why is this lady taking this life so seriously? She used to cut vegetables to cook food. She used to cry. So I was fed up of it, I'll tell you. So I wanted to help her. I did not know how to help her. This was the first time I came to know that I am not able to do something which I cannot. What to do? So at that time, she also had this Sade Sat Shani. You know that, right? She also had that. So we used to go to one Shani temple here near the house, and we used to come back. On that day, coming back is like just a kilometer from our house. By coming back, we heard some bhajans. My wife said, I want to go there. I said, whatever it means, let her go there. I went to that place. I sat. I did not know it was Art of Living satsang happening. So I sat there, looked around. Everybody was deeply closing their eyes, singing bhajans. I did not know what to do. I was simply sitting. I looked at my wife. She is closing her eyes. She is crying. I got even more angry. At home itself, she is crying sufficient. Now she is creating a scene in front of all of these people whom I don't know. How do I take care of her? I got even more angry. What to do? I was simply closing my eyes, sitting. And after some time, everything stopped. And the person who I know, very good friend of mine now, he said that whoever wants to do, my wife asked, is there a follow-up? What is she asking? And the teacher said, yes, have you done the course? Apparently, my wife had done the course some 8-9 years ago before the marriage itself, but she had not practiced. She had stopped practicing. She said, yes, I have done the course. Then he asked me, have you done the course? I said, what course? I did not know there's a course also. So then he said, you do the course, you go out. He told my wife to sit and he told me, you wait for 1 hour. And I went out. I sat there outside for 1 hour, and after that, I was hearing some voice. I was not paying attention. I was just sitting outside, looking around in the street, what's happening. After that, my wife opened the door. It was closed. My wife opened the door. And she was with so much radiance and smile. I thought, how did it happen? For the last 3 months, it was the first time she was smiling so much from her heart. That actually changed. What did happen in there in 1 hour that made her come out so big that it has what I could not do for 3 months. That was the first thing that I thought something is there in place like that. So I thought I also want to do the course. I did not know what the course was. I thought I will do the course. That was the first time when I felt that something can happen without you being in control. Something can happen at a different level of consciousness. I did not know all of these, but that happened. So I joined Art of Living. I did the course. I started doing those things. I felt good. I'm not saying I did not feel great. I felt good. I started practicing more for the reason that I wanted my wife to be practicing daily, because I knew that it would help her. She started feeling more positive. All of the positive changes happening in her, I also wanted to do just to keep her engaged, just to keep her committed to doing this every day. That's all I was practicing. And I thought it was still at an intellectual level. Why will somebody bow down to this person? Even after doing sadhana daily, I was still thinking, why do somebody call them bow down? Why do they prostrate or do namaskarams to Gurudev? Why do they call him? Why is so much of respect to a human being? I was in that mode. I'm honest, even with Art of Living. But a lot of events happened. Then I know that such things. The first time, the next incident where I felt I was not in control was when my 2.5-year-old daughter, she was having some health issues. We knew she was not well. When we went to a doctor offered some health checkup and blood test. And the blood report came, her liver was badly non-functional. I'll tell you, if the level is between 2 and 10, her number was, for that particular liver test, it was 2000. If it was 30 to 60, it was 1,500. It was not 2 or 3 more, it was 20 or 30 times more. It was, they called it as fatty liver. We do not know how it happened. Doctor looked at the report. Doctor said, you know what? This needs a lot of critical attention. She needs to be on specific diet. She cannot eat any bakery products. She cannot eat any fried items. Nothing should be there. She has to be on very soft, normal diet. No dairy product, no milk, no fat, nothing. And it's a very difficult thing. And you have to give all these medicines. At that time, my teacher in Art of Living said, pray. Pray. And that was the time again when I knew it was not in my control. It was the first time I prayed sincerely because I knew I was not in control. I said, please take care. I did not even ask Gurudev. I closed it and closed my eyes and said, please take care of myself. My wife also was like that. We also prayed. And we were in that faith, hope that something will better for her. In the next 1 year, she will become all right. After 3 months, we did a test just to see if the numbers have come down a little bit. Just after 3 months, because doctor had told minimum 1 year, you have to be taking the medicine, being on this diet. And we saw the report, we were astonished. It was normal. Everything was normal. From 2000, it had come back to within that normal limit. I was amazed. How can this happen? We did not believe this is a wrong report. We did a test in another lab 3 days later. That also came normal. Then we knew it was normal. So what we did, we went and took to the doctor. Doctor looked at it and he said, okay, this is the report. According to me, based on the earlier report, it will take at least 1 year for something to change. But here, I don't know what you have done. He was talking to my wife. He said, you have done it in 3 months. So you know better than me what to do. I will not tell anything to you. You take care of what you are doing. All we did was pray. And that was the time when I got to know that complete surrender will bring benefits. I did not do anything. I had the faith that my daughter will recover in 1 year. But it happened in just 3 months. That was a big change for me. And she continued to be normal after that. But the other part was, she had this children tantrums. When she used to get angry, I'll tell you, all parents, you're all mothers, fathers, you're there. But at least for us, it was uncontrollable. When she gets angry, when she has that fit of rage, throw down things, push off everything. We could not beat her also. A small 3-4-year-old child, we cannot beat her, but she was uncontrollable. She used to push my wife. My wife was not able to handle her. It was such a situation where we could not do. All I did was, I took her, she was still hitting me. I took her, went into a room, locked the room. I sat, and it was another time where I prayed. I closed my eyes. I said, I cannot handle this. You take care of it. He started hitting for me for about 30 seconds and she stopped. She stopped crying. I was closing my eyes. I don't know what she was doing. After 2 minutes, she slept on my lap. From hitting everything, she slept on my lap after just 2 minutes. And I thought it was just an occurrence, but every time this happened, I used to do the same thing. Take her into a room, lock the room, close my eyes and sit. She used to become normal. And it was at that time I thought that there is some positive energy by being just calm. That calmness was radiating something back to her, and she was actually trying to become calm from that fit of anger, fit of rage, the tantrums. It was uncontrollable. It almost used to die down. That was actually a big plus point for me. And then I thought, you know what? You cannot control everything. Wherever you can control, you control, else pray. That was imbibed in me very well. Few of these incidents, right? It was imbibed in me very well. So I told my wife, the best way to handle all of these things is to surrender when you don't have control. I said, she said, how to surrender? How do we just close our eyes and just sit for everything that we cannot do? I said, we cannot sit with our eyes closed. But we need to see that we are not in control and ask some higher power that we need help from you. Then she said, I cannot do this. She tried doing it and she said, I cannot surrender completely. I cannot say, if I close my eyes, will Gurudev come and help me? She was in that mode still. She was doing the Kriya, she was feeling better, and she was in that mode saying that, how does it happen? How can I not do anything? How can I not be in control? How can I not do anything for things to change? How will it happen like that? And after 3-4 days, she said she had a dream. Same dream 2 times. See this, same dream 2 times she had. What's the dream? In that dream, she is in a forest. She is running because she is chased by a wild elephant. She is chased by a wild elephant. She is running and she is seeing Gurudev under a tree smiling. Gurudev is sitting in the tree, inside in the shadow of a tree. She is smiling and she is saying, Gurudev, help me, and she is running. And at that time, the elephant came closer. She stopped and said, you take care of whatever. That complete surrender happened at that time. And she said, the elephant stopped and went away. And she said, it happened 2 times. And she told me, this is what happened to me twice. And I said, this is surrender. When you ran, you still did not believe Gurudev. When you stopped there and said, please take control, that is when you surrendered completely. Even though you were doing it in your dream, that is your way of telling. Being in surrender means complete faith in some unknown thing, some unknown divine consciousness, and that it will take, the best thing will happen to you. The best thing will happen to you. And from that time, I take care of whatever I do, but whenever there is a thing where I cannot control, I say, I cannot solve this problem all my own, you take care of it. And that is when I started moving towards from being a person of why it happens, how it happens, and that logical mind gave way away. And now I tell you, from what I was, say, 10, 12 years ago to now, I have become 12 years older, I'm fitter, I'm stronger, I'm more energetic, I'm much more calmer, and I'm doing more things than what I did 10 years ago. So all of this change is happening just because of this one faith of being in the surrendered mode, and the second one is being grateful. The last thing that I want to tell was my father-in-law, my daughter, my wife's father, he had a larynx cancer. This is another instance where that surrender and gratitude helps, right? So he had this cancer, he had chemotherapy, radiotherapy, it was gone. But what they had done was they had put a tube here in the throat region where he had to breathe in and breathe out. For more than 1.5 years, he was using this. He had stopped using nose for breathing. The problem with this breathing from here is it has to be taken, the cuff has to be removed, cleaned, it has to be put back. All of that my wife was doing. And there was also an attendant, a nurse or a caretaker type of person. He was there always, 24 hours with us. Doctor said, you need to start breathing from your nose. You need to put a cap here, close this and start breathing from the nose. But my father-in-law, he was like 78, 79 years. He was not able to do that. We used to close here. He used to try breathing from the nose. It was not happening. It was very difficult. 10 days, 12 days, maybe not even 10 seconds. He was not able to breathe even for 10 seconds through the nose. Then we went to a doctor again. Doctor said, you are not able to breathe. This will be permanently with you. You have to have a caretaker. You have to have this. I cannot help you with this. Please go home, he said, doctor. While coming home, I said, when you take Gurudev's darshan, we'll take Gurudev's darshan. Went on a Saturday afternoon, Bangalore Ashram, very near to our house, so we don't need to worry. Whenever Gurudev is there, we can go and meet him. We went to Gurudev's darshan. We sat in the queue. Gurudev came. I prayed to him. My father-in-law, he has been operated, but he needs your help to recover. Gurudev looked at him. Kursi aurna, doddavaru yatak nintidare. Elderly person, why are you making him stand? Make him sit. He said like this and he went away. That's all he did. He did not say anything. Oh, he went away. I also did not say. I prayed and went away. In the next 2 days or next 3-4 days, or actually the next day itself, he was able to breathe for 10 minutes. From 10 seconds, he was able to breathe for 10 minutes with this pipe closed. And then the next few days it changed, and within 1 week or maybe just a week or 8-9 days, he was breathed for 48 hours continuously with this cap closed. It was a change. If you look at anybody, it's an astonishing change from 10 seconds to 48 hours in just say less than 10 days. When it was not possible at all for him for more than 15-20 days, it changed with just that meeting of Ghodke. It was an amazing moment. And the pipe got removed. The doctor was very happy. And it was like a wow and a grateful moment for us. Like that, small things have happened in my life where we surrender completely to the divine, surrender completely to the master, and he will take care of us. So that being in that mode of surrender, non-doership, in critical situations, especially when you are not in control, has helped me a lot. And if you are people who in the art of living for a long time, you would have had such experiences yourself. It's not very easy to say all of this in a course. People will not be able to relate to it if you say all of this in a course, because for them, they would have been very over the moon by just doing Sudershan, Kriya, Vashistha, Pranayama. But these things happen when you are in the path of knowledge, and you know how to change. So when I ask people, right, I ask them, join the course. They say, you have been doing following Sudershan Kriya, doing this for so many days. What have you got? If I tell them, my anger has reduced. The first question they ask for people who know me for recently, right? They ask, do you really have anger? They ask me. It is like that. Then I'll have to go back and show it to some of my old friends, old colleagues in office, ask them how I was. I was like an angry young man, always. Any small thing, I used to fight. When I say fight, I used to argue. I used to do the heated discussion. I used to say that this has to be done in this way. If something was wrong, I was all over the place. When I was driving a bike, if somebody else makes a mistake on the road, chase him. Even though it's not my road, chase, stop, and then scold him nicely and then go. My wife used to say, no, please, don't shout. She used to say. I used to say, nothing doing. He has made a mistake. Let him understand. From that part to now, where I rarely get angry, has been a change. And I don't get envious, I can say, when something good happens to others. For me, my daughter was born like after 12 years. When somebody else has said that they have a baby, oh, why not me? It was like that for me. So very small things. If somebody has, I was looking at, do I have that in me? Now, I genuinely feel happy for everything that somebody else says that they are happy for, they got in life. So small things happened in my life, and that from that physical level changes to mental level, emotional level changes, it has happened to me. Now I can say a very, very contented, happy person. The only regret is I did it my course after a long passage of time. When I did my course when I was 36, 37 years. Should have done it much earlier. Jai Gurudev.
Bhaiya, Sanjay Bhaiya, there is a question coming. Am I audible, Bhaiya?
You are.
आप मेरा हिंदी समझ सकते हैं ना?
I can understand Hindi.
Okay.
Then talk in English, I will answer in English.
Okay, yes. एक क्वेश्चन आया है कि सरेंडर करने के बाद भी अगर ग्रेस नहीं हो रहा है तो कब तक इंतजार करें? आपके जीवन में ऐसा हुआ कि आपने सरेंडर किया, ये इमीडिएटली यू गॉट द रिजल्ट्स, यू प्रेड एंड यू गॉट द रिजल्ट, यू सरेंडर्ड योर ईगो एंड यू गॉट द रिजल्ट्स. बट ऐसे भी साधक हैं जिनके जीवन में वो सरेंडर करते हैं और इंतजार करते हैं, पर कई बार ग्रेस लेट होती है, देर से होती है, या तुरंत नहीं हो पाती, तो उनके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे?
So for this, right, I'll say two things. One is have some patience. The most important thing, don't see whenever you are having something or not having something, or you want something to happen and that's not happened. Don't look at it as a lack. When I say lack, don't look at it as, oh, this is something missing in my life. Feel grateful to whatever you have in life. See that I'm happy, I'm grateful. Even today at 4:30 a.m. when I get up, I pray to Gurudev, thanks for giving me one more day in life. I could have died in my bed. So being grateful always and seeing something which is not there in life as not as a lack, but as something that is will happen to you in life. And if something does not happen to you, I tell you, please look at it as there is a bigger, even better thing in store for you. Bigger, that has happened to me multiple times. I can tell you, whenever something has not happened to you, I do two things. One is I surrender, I feel grateful for whatever happened. And I also do this part. If you're teachers or there is a part called responsibility. I follow that. Gurudev has said very nicely, whenever you are having a problem, just keep your problem aside, go and do seva. See what happens to your problem. That has happened to me, and there are multiple people who have come and said, for them also, this has worked. So just, it is very difficult, I'll tell you, when you are in trouble, you are having issues in life, whatever health issues, and how can I have my issues and still go out and help others? That helping others is not a big deal, not about doing many things. Just putting a smile on somebody else's face is seva. So if you are able to forget your problems for a moment and be open and look at somebody else's, how do we solve somebody else's problem, your problem automatically diminishes. If you have not done this, I tell you, please do some seva, have some patience, be grateful.
I think Kanan Sudha, she has got some question for you.
Yes. Yes, I'm Sudha here. My question is very simple. I exactly, you know what you said, you are a bit anger and you are white, that way you said. In our case, it is the other way around. I am the one, the most reactive. I cannot withstand if somebody, even see, wherever I go, even if I attend the follow-up session also, now, if they are not telling the instruction properly, I get annoyed. I don't know why should I go to correct people? That is this thing, between clash between me and him. Every time this happens, I say, see, that is what, if somebody sings, even singing also, if somebody sings, go out of surah, something, something I just can't withstand, I get immediately some sort of restlessness, and I don't know what. But I speak the truth all the time. I cannot say no for somebody's face, happiness. I cannot say the false compliment, which just I can't afford. He says to remain silent all the time, which is not possible for me. Every time, see, we both are blessers in this case. So we both do meditation and those things. With all this, every day attending Sattva talk still happens to me. So whether I'm going in the right direction or what exactly, is there any problem still with me, or I don't know, I don't understand. Every time I surrender to this thing, and again the something other than new problem starts. This gets overcome and the other problem starts. And every time is silent and I react. This happens every day. So can you please tell me in this regard?
You are blessed, you have known things, you have been on the path. I can share my experience. You probably should not look for perfection in everything. That is the problem, right? Do not look for perfection in everything. It is like Gurudev says, right? There is in the heart, keep a basket for some wrong qualities and put all those incorrect qualities or things that you don't like into that waste paper basket. Surrender those things. I also felt this when early on, this person is taking the long Kriya today, his count will be very fast. Right? I used to do that, but I tell you, things have changed. Only thing is stop looking at perfection and don't think that whatever you think is perfect. And whatever you are getting that day is the best thing that can happen to you. That's my thing.
ಅದು ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ರಿ ನನಗೆ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ನನಗೆ ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಹೇಳಿ ಸಾಕಾಯ್ತು.
ನೀವು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ. ನಾವು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ
ನನಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
You look at perfection in others where you are not perfect. So when we are not perfect, don't aim for perfection in others. Give some leeway, room for imperfection.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'll try to. Thank you so much.
Amit Bhaiya, Shubhangi Didi, anything else that I need to do?
भैया एक चीज जो आपने बताई ना, पहला तो आपका मेरा जो लैंग्वेज बैरियर है ना, उसके बाद भी आई कैन फील लाइक मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि शब्द आपके हैं और कहानी मेरी है. ऐसा एक इंसिडेंट मेरी लाइफ में भी हो चुका है. मैं आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग में एक्टिव नहीं था, मैं सिर्फ क्रिया करता था और मैंने सोच रखा था कि मैं किसी व्यक्ति विशेष से, किसी पर्सन से नहीं जुड़ूंगा, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, कोई महाराज हो, बाबा हो या कोई रिलीजियस गुरु हो. मैं किसी के सामने झुकूंगा नहीं, मैं प्रणाम नहीं करूंगा. आई यूज्ड टू नेवर बो डाउन बिफोर एनीबडी, इवन इन मैरिजेस. My wife used to introduce me to aunties and buas and elderly people. I never used to bow down. सबको पता था मेरा फैमिली में कि किसी का पाँव नहीं छुएगा कभी जिंदगी में. ओ सब मेरा वाइफ को बोलते थे, ये थोड़ा ईगोइस्टिक है लड़का, तुम्हारा हस्बैंड ना किसी के सामने झुकता नहीं है. पर मेरा मन में ऐसा था कि मैं कभी किसी के सामने झुकूंगा नहीं, मैं मन में प्रणाम कर लूंगा. सो आई यूज्ड टू डू क्रिया रेगुलरली. बट आई हैड दिस रेगुलर प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पिचोटी. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? वो नाभि खसक जाता है वो. तो वो मुझे हमेशा रहता था, हमेशा हर 4 दिन में 5 दिन में मुझे खसक जाता था ऐसा. तो मेरा बाजू में एक डॉक्टर रहता है, वो ठीक करता है वो ऐसा करके. उसको वो कुछ उसके पास इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होते हैं, उससे वो ठीक करता था. तो एक दिन मैं क्रिया करने बैठा और मुझे ऐसा लगा मेरा पिछोटी खसक गया है, दुखना चालू हो गया बहुत ज्यादा. तो मैं मन मन में बोला गुरुदेव को, पहली बार. आई यूज्ड टू नॉट फॉलो गुरुजी, आई यूज्ड टू जस्ट डू क्रिया. तो मैं मन मन में बोला कि गुरुदेव, इफ यू वांट मी टू डू दिस क्रिया, प्लीज फॉर फ्यू मिनट्स मेक मी रिलैक्स्ड, मुझे आराम दे दो, मैं क्रिया करेंगे. और यू कांट बिलीव कि वो क्रिया मेरा हुआ और वो पिछोटी मेरा उस दिन से आज तक 3 साल हुआ, मेरे को आज तक वो पिछोटी का प्रॉब्लम नहीं, एकदम नहीं है. मैं कितना भी वजन उठा लूं, कूद जाऊं, गिर जाऊं, मुझे कभी पिछोटी का प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ. इसलिए मैं जब आपको सुन रहा था ना, तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि भैया बोल रहे हैं पर कहानी तो मेरी भी यही है. जब आप सरेंडर करते हैं तो पता नहीं क्या जादू होने लगता है. इसके बाद भी मैं गुरुदेव की तस्वीर के सामने कभी नहीं झुकता था. पर फिर एक एडवांस कोर्स ऐसा हुआ, उसके बाद मुझे सपने में गुरुदेव दिखने लगे बार बार, और मैं सपने में उनके सामने प्रणाम करता था. तो आपकी कही हुई हर बात ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे हम साधकों के जीवन का सार तो यही है, बस चेहरे बदल गए पर कहानी वही की वही है. तो मैं बहुत बहुत खुश हो रहा हूँ भैया आपको सुन के. और कोई किसी के पास सवाल हो तो प्लीज. आपको सुन के भैया सब इतने मंत्रमुग्ध हो गए कि सबको बहुत मन का शांति मिल गया है, थोड़ी देर के लिए ब्लिस में चले गए सब.
संजय, मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहती हूँ. आप गुरु पूजा पंडित भी हैं, तो आपको जैसे भी मैसेज जाता है तो एनी टाइम आप ना गुरु पूजा के लिए रेडी रहते हैं. तो इसे दिन भर भी बहुत बिजी रहते हैं, फिर भी गुरु पूजा के लिए रेडी रहते हैं, तो क्या है?
So this Guru Puja thing, right? For me, this puja, Sanjay, the Upanayana has happened to me when I was a small child.
Okay.
So this religious practice is very dear to me. Any religious practice. So I like doing pujas. I do puja for about 1 hour every day with all this. So anytime when this request comes for Guru Puja, I want to do it. I do it every Thursday, but whenever this, I know you were talking about that 51-day challenge that we had with Salil ji. So I did not miss even one single day. So it was, I did not know if I could do it, but I have work, I have to travel. With all of that, I was able to do all the 51 days. So somewhere there is an inner push that happens to me whenever there is anything related to religious practice, puja and such stuff. So Guru Puja is very dear to me, and I do it for myself. I don't do it for showing off or doing, because I feel very good after do the Guru Puja.
हाँ भैया, वो देखा है आपको, जब भी अभी 2-3 दिन पहले ही देखा था कि जब भी कोई स्टॉप होता है तो आप तुरंत गुरु पूजा स्टार्ट करते, तो ऐसे लगता है अरे बाप रे, इतना इमीडिएटली कैसे कर पाते आप, एनी टाइम रेडी रहते हैं.
Even I would like to say in this, I've completed my phase 1 of Guru Puja Pandit. I am on the way, so I'm on the way to that Guru Puja phase 2. I'm doing practice actually. So bless me for that also. I should become a Guru Puja Pandit. Bless Mad result.
Hey Gurudev.
Hey Gurudev. Because there also what you are exactly said is in search of perfection, I'm getting worried there also. See, Prathivandu mantra, see for that mantra, sorry, in Kannada. So what I want to say is, while chanting also, I search for perfection. If I get stuck up at one place, again, I'll start practicing it. So this is what happening. I doubt myself whether I'm doing it rightly or not. Every time, no, I need to check whether I'm going. So this sort of thing is happening. So every time going up and then coming back again, going up and coming back again. So sometimes I don't understand whether I'm on the right path or what it is.
Path is, I just say that whatever will happen right at the right time. Whatever is happening now is happening correct.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. Don't look too much for perfection in others or inside you. That will only lead you to frustration, irritation, nothing else.
Okay. Yes.
It is okay. It's okay to be incorrect. It's okay to misalign. It's okay to not say it. It is the bhav that is important, not the words. Words is just an expression, outer expression.
Yes.
और भैया एक बात, गुरु पूजा पंडित क्यों बनना चाहिए?
Guru Puja is the ultimate way of being. Puja is, right? Puja, which is born out of completeness, which is born out of fullness. So we look at puja as a barter system. Ask something, I do this, you get something back. Puja is something which is born out of fullness, where you're saying, I'm happy with everything that I have in life. And that is an expression, a sincere and complete expression of gratitude is through Guru Puja. And that will actually, if you have to increase your patrata of grace, do Guru Puja with 100% gratitude.
Yes, there is a question from Lakshmi Thakur. Yes, Lakshmi जी पूछिए, आप क्या पूछना चाहते हैं?
जय गुरुदेव भैया जी, मेरा ये सवाल है कि मैं टीचर हूँ, तो आज ही मुझे एक बच्चे ने मैसेज किया है, मैं अलग फैकल्टी की हूँ, वो अलग फैकल्टी का, हमारे स्कूल में ही।
आप अपना कैमरा ऑन कर सकते हैं क्या? हम लोग देख नहीं पा रहे हैं आपको, आप हो सके तो प्लीज आ जाइए स्क्रीन पे।
जय गुरुदेव भैया जी।
जय गुरुदेव, जय गुरुदेव।
जी जी भैया जी, वो बच्चा जो है 12th अभी बोर्ड एग्जाम अपीयर कर रहा है, और वो मुझे मैसेज किया कि मैम मुझे आपसे एक सपोर्ट चाहिए, मदद चाहिए। वो लास्ट स्टेज के कैंसर से पीड़ित है वो बच्चा, और वो बहुत ब्रिलियंट बच्चा है साइंस फैकल्टी में। पर अब वो स्थिति ऐसी है कि वो अभी तक इतना विल पावर के साथ में 2 ऑपरेशन हो चुके हैं, उसके अब ब्रेन में आ गया है। तो बोलता है कि मैम अब मेरे को कहीं भी कुछ भी स्टेबल मेरा दिमाग नहीं हो रहा है, मैं क्या करूं करके। मैं योगा कर रहा हूँ, मैं प्राणायाम कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, पर मैं कुछ कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ बहुत अच्छे से करके। तो मैं बोली ठीक है बेटा, मैं देखती हूँ मैं कुछ कर सकती हूँ क्या करके, कुछ आपको मोटिवेशन कुछ दे पाऊं करके। तो मैं क्या उसको बोलूं, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है उस बच्चे के लिए। जी भैया जी।
So for this, right, have no direct answers, but it is like we can pray for the, if it's a small child, we can do differently. But here, this person, this student is 12th standard, and
17 years, जी.
he knows what's happening. He or she knows what's happening in life and knows the health problems of what it is, right? So we cannot hide those things from the student. The only thing that we can do is to pray for God. If the other thing that we can do is, if he or she is looking at it as the financial aspects, right? One is to pray for Gurudev. Definitely, it will help if it's you're able to get him into ashram, have or wherever it is, have Gurudev's darshan. That will help him. Definitely, it will be a positive change. And if it's financial problem, maybe we can look at it as put it in Milap or other organizations where we can raise a fund donation campaign for him. And for him, we'll have to ask him to do the Kriya and get the do the long Sudershan Kriya for him, and maybe get him to do the Sudershan Kriya. It will definitely help him to get become better than what it is, and his healing process will definitely become faster. And daily meditation using Gurudev's guided meditation is something that he can do. So we can do the things which are in our control, we'll do it. And for everything else, there is Gurudev. Seva and sadhana cannot be. Oh, the question is, can I have seva? And if between seva and sadhana, what to choose? Don't choose, do both. You cannot choose one of both are important. Seva and sadhana both are important.
संजय भैया ये पूछ रही है कि अगर मैं सेवा करती हूँ तो मेरी साधना स्किप हो जाती है, छूट जाती है. It gets skipped when I do seva. I don't get time for sadhana.
Exactly, I'm saying make that commitment has to have come from within, and when each complement each other, when you do seva, your sadhana becomes deeper, and when you do sadhana, you will have the energy to do the seva. So that is very important for us. We cannot skip any of them. I'll tell you, sleep for half an hour less and do sadhana. And I'll tell you, every time I have done that, I have found that I have gained that half an hour back somewhere. Somewhere I have some work that I was supposed to do, I don't need to do, or somewhere the traffic jam was there when I was traveling to office, that is not there today. Somewhere I'll get more than half an hour saved back. So please do. If you are saying that you cannot do the sadhana, sleep less. Sleep half an hour less, do the sadhana. So one cannot be a substitute for other. We need both.
Exactly.
Anything else? Amit Bhaiya, Shivangi, did anything else? Hope session was okay.
It was excellent, Bhaiya. Excellent. I don't have any words to express my joy. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है भैया मैं एडवांस कोर्स करता हूँ, सीनियर टीचर्स हैं, मुझे नहीं लग रहा है कि कोई हैप्पीनेस टीचर सामने बैठा है, मुझे लग रहा है कोई एडवांस टीचर यहाँ सामने बैठा है हम लोगों के. मैं मतलब मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है भैया आपके लिए कुछ बोलने के लिए. शरणागति, जो सरेंडर, जिस टॉपिक पे आज हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं ना, मैं एक वृंदावन के संत हो गए शरणानंद जी महाराज, उनका नाम ही शरणानंद था. वो अक्सर बोला करते थे कि अगर तुम सरेंडर हो जाओगे तो तुम स्टिलनेस में चले जाओगे, प्रेजेंस में आ जाओगे, और जब तुम्हारी बुद्धि स्टिल हो जाएगी ना, तो ज्ञान प्राप्त करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ज्ञान खुद ब खुद तुम में प्रकट हो जाएगा. सिर्फ तुम सरेंडर करो. सरेंडर का असर ये होगा कि तुम स्टिल हो जाओगे, प्रेजेंस में आ जाओगे, और जब तुम प्रेजेंस में आ जाओगे तो जैसे रात को भिगोया हुआ अनाज सुबह खुद अंकुरित हो जाता है ना, खुद ब खुद अपने आप, ऐसे अपने आप ज्ञान तुम में प्रकट हो जाएगा, तुम्हें कहीं से लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. इसलिए वो जो शरणागति पे आप बोल रहे हो ना, मैं गदगद हो जाता हूँ सुन के. शरणागति अपने आप में पूरी साधना है. to surrender is like it's complete package. कुछ और करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. इसलिए मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है भैया. और कोई सवाल किसी का हो? आज सब ध्यान में चले गए भैया आपकी बातें सुन के.
सवाल नहीं है, सब लोग ये सेशन को सब लोग, आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, सबको शेयर करना चाहिए. बहुत सारे लोगों को इनकी जान जो है सबको मिलना चाहिए. और जो पहली बार आए हैं ये सेशन पे, उन लोग ये सेशन चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, ताकि ऐसे अच्छे अच्छे टीचर्स को अपने को सुनने को मिलेगा. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन टू शेयर दिस सेशन टू मेनी ऑफ द पीपल. दिस इज गॉट फुल ऑफ नॉलेज and we learned many things with the simple words, and he is so humble and simple. He made us in such a nice way. He took us to great extent, and we understood what exactly भाव जो उन्होंने दिया है वो हमारे पास पहुंच गए. That is most important. So we are happy to have him once again. Also, do come once again and guide us with more of Guru stories. We request you. We would like to have you one more session with you at the earliest. Thank you so much for coming for this channel. So, Jai Gurudev.
भैया संजय भैया, शायद हाईलाइट स्पॉटलाइट में नहीं है भैया. Has he left the session?
No, I'm here.
You're here. भैया और कोई ऐसी गुरु स्टोरी, कोई ऐसा आपके जीवन का, क्या प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में साधना की वजह से कुछ आपको लगता है, कुछ मटेरियलिस्टिक लाइफ में भी ग्रोथ हुआ है? स्पिरिचुअल तो हुआ ही है.
Definitely, right. In office, it was like I was so much tense. 10, 12 years ago, I can still remember how I was. I used to think, how can this office survive without me? How can this happen without me? I was so much tense. I used to work 12, 14 hours, and I used to still wanted to be this teaching part is a passion for me. I used to teach when I was in post-graduation. I used to teach physics and maths to +2 students. So this part of, I used to do it for free. So this part of being a teacher, teaching something which I know is like a passion for me. So I wanted to somehow do all of this and become an art of living teacher. I was not able to do it at all. But this part, when it so happened, I was dropping my car for service. I was coming, at that time I was working 12 to 14 hours a day in office. It was so tiring and so stressful. Even with all this, the only thing that used to keep me was the sadhana that I used to do. I used to go to office early, do sadhana there, and then start my work. But somewhere this guilt feeling of I am not doing anything back of what I have received from Gurudev was always there. Then also I did this surrender. I was walking out. I can relate this so immediate that happens, I told Gurudev, I am now working 12 to 14 hours a day. I had done VTP. I had not done the TTP. I am now not getting a time. You have to make me do this. Work is actually killing me. I am not able to do anything outside work for the seva, and I cannot be a teacher. You help me. You can be. It was astonishing. 10 seconds later, I had not even gone out of that service center. I got a call from my friend. Same company. He said, how are you doing? What's happening? And I said, fine. He said, there is same position in his organization. There is a position available. Do you want to come? I said, okay. I have done in this organization. I have worked for so many years, 10 years plus. So no point. I can come to your organization also. I'll work there. And I'll tell you, when I went there, that stopped me. But now I can see the work there was like 7 to 8 hours. It was easy. It was cool. I did not have to work on weekends. And then I got I asked for a 15-day gap. I said, okay, go ahead with holidays. I did my TTP. All of this happened in 2 years. In the 2 years I was in that organization. And it was just a humble, honest, sincere request to Gurudev. I want to help people. How can you help me? All of this happened together. It actually, I still feel goosebumps when I just relate back to all of those incidents and see how quickly things happen in our life when you really want it.
So you completed your TTP, you got time also, and the
It is like
package
this,
was...
right? Our office is shut down from December 20th to January 1st. Course was on January 1st. So I had to take 15 more days leave for TTP, 25 days. Then I said, this is very important. I have to do this. Then they said, go ahead and do it. So they were okay to give that extra 15 days of leave. I said, I can work in the 10 days extra I can work. They said, no worries. You can work after you come back on January 15th. We'll take care of it. It was like, there also it was so well organized that the logical completion of one project had happened before the holidays. The next project was supposed to happen on January 15th. Gurudev actually put that TTP there in that. So it was amazing. I can say that how I was able to do TTP with just one request.
Great. I think that divine energy is always surrounding you. आप शायद सोचते हैं और उसके तुरंत बाद वो चीज हो जाती है.
Or whatever is good for me happens, I can say. It's not that everything that I have asked for will not happen, but whatever good for me, that the divine things happens to me immediately.
So how do you satisfy your that logical, एक logical brain है जो हमेशा हमको क्वेश्चन करने पे मजबूर करता है. क्या आज भी ऐसा होता है कि आपकी आस्था थोड़ी देर के लिए डगमगा जाती हो कि नहीं, ऐसा होता है भैया आपके साथ अब?
This has actually stopped happening to me. कुछ जान के चलो, कुछ मान के चलो. That is 100% correct. And that I complete. If I cannot understand, now this मान के चलो, right? My daughter can do, she's done the Prajna Yoga, she can read the whatever cards blindfolded, she can play tic-tac-toe blindfolded, she can do all of this. Now if I now start finding out why this happens, I'll tell you I'll not be able to find out. So I said, yeah, it is happening, I can see it. Jai Gurudev. And if we say, if we say that even when we do the Sudershan Kriya, right, I do it, Sudershan Kriya for me, I'll tell you, is 100% grace only. The benefit comes from grace, not by we doing it. We just be there. The Sudershan Kriya's effect is through grace only. So that way, that logical thinking happens in work-related things, but whenever there is no logical thinking, yes, this is something beyond my logical capability. So see, logic can happen only when you know things. When you do not know things, you cannot apply logic to that. Here, these are the things where you cannot apply logic to things that you don't know. So मान के चलो,
कुछ जान के चलो, कुछ मान के चलो. जो सुधा आंटी जो बोल रही थी ना परफेक्शन के ऊपर, मैंने गुरुदेव का एक टॉक सुना था. उसमें एक आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग की सीनियर फैकल्टी थी. उन्होंने वो कोर्स ऑर्गेनाइज किया था और वहां कुछ ठीक नहीं चल रहा था. जो अरेंजमेंट्स होने चाहिए वो वैसे नहीं चल रहे थे जैसे वो सीनियर टीचर चाह रही थी, क्योंकि वो ऑर्गेनाइज भी कर रही थी कोर्स. तो वो परेशान होके गुरुदेव के पास गई कि गुरुदेव कुछ ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, जैसा होना चाहिए वो कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है. तो गुरुदेव ने एक लाइन कही थी उनको कि क्या बादलों को कोई ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकता है कभी? कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जो कभी ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं हो सकती. होने दो, जो चल रहा है उसे चलने दो, सब खुद ब खुद हो रहा है, सब खुद ब खुद ठीक हो जाएगा. तो वो सुधा आंटी वाली बात के जवाब में मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि कब जब आपका लॉजिकल माइंड बहुत ज्यादा फ्लटर कर रहा हो कि नहीं ये भी ठीक नहीं है, क्योंकि कुछ लोग बहुत परफेक्शनिस्ट होते हैं, उनको एक एक चीज बहुत परफेक्ट चाहिए होती है. वहां आपका लॉजिकल ब्रेन आपको डिवोशन से दूर कर देता है, आप बेचैन हो जाते हो. तो अगर आपके साथ ऐसा होता है ना आंटी, तो आप वो गुरुदेव वाली लाइन याद कर सकते हो कि बादलों को क्या आज तक किसी ने अरेंज किया है? अपना 100% देना चाहिए, उसके बाद छोड़ देना चाहिए. जैसे भैया ने कहा, कुछ मान के चलो, कुछ जान के चलो, विश्वास करके चलो, बाकी छोड़ दो. तो बढ़िया है भैया, बहुत मजा आ रहा है आपके सेशन में. एक्चुअली ये शांति वही है जो सरेंडर, एक एक व्यक्ति अपने साथ एक ऑरा लेके चलता है। आप सरेंडर वाली जो ऑरा लेके चल रहे हैं ना, पूरा पूरा सेशन ऐसा लग रहा है पीसफुल हो गया एकदम, बस शांति महसूस हो रही है हम लोगों को। और किसी के पास कोई सवाल, कुछ कोई पूछना चाहेगा? शुभांगी दीदी आप यही हैं? सुधा आंटी?
यस, मैं हूँ इधर। वही अभी सेशन को एंडिंग मैसेज कुछ देके कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं, एंडिंग कर सकते हैं आप। यू कैन आस्क हिम फॉर एंडिंग मैसेज एंड कंक्लूडिंग मैसेज देने के बाद यू कैन एंड द सेशन।
ठीक है।
सुधा दीदी को आंसर मिल गया भैया।
हाँ ना, मुझे आंसर मिल गया। थैंक यू सो मच अमित जी, आपका भी मुझे अच्छा लगा, क्योंकि ये बहुत बार ये प्रश्न की वजह से मैं बहुत रेस्टलेसनेस हो जाता था। इवन आफ्टर लिसनिंग एवरी डे आल्सो दिस हैपेंस टू मी। दैट इज व्हाट दैट मींस आई
नहीं, ये अकेली ये अकेली आपकी समस्या नहीं है, हम सब इससे जूझते हैं। इतना कुछ सुनने के बाद भी, साधना करने के बाद भी कहीं दिमाग अटक जाता है कि नहीं, इसने ये गलत कैसे कर दिया, ये चीज तो ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए। ये बिल्कुल आप बहुत बहुत प्रैक्टिकल ग्राउंड पे आप बिल्कुल सही हो। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कभी कभी खुद से भी नहीं लड़ना चाहिए कि छो हो गया, मुझसे गलती हो गया, छोड़ो गुरुदेव आप देखना, मैं नहीं कर सकता।
थैंक यू।
तो भैया को स्पॉटलाइट पे लेते हैं। भैया कुछ सेशन को एंड करने से पहले कोई एक मैसेज आप देना चाहें? हालांकि आपका पूरा टॉक ही अपने आप में एक मैसेज है, एक जिसको बोलेंगे ना, मैं मतलब शब्दों में कहूंगा तो एक अपने आप में आप चलते फिरते एक ग्रंथ है जिसको सुनना एक, मुझे तो बहुत ब्लिस फील हुआ। मुझे ऐसा लगा जैसे मैं साधना ही कर रहा हूँ आपके सामने बैठ के। भैया जाते जाते संजय भैया आप कुछ हम साधकों के लिए जो अपने अपने कार्य क्षेत्र में भी लगे हुए हैं, कैसे आप बैलेंस बना रहे हो? मैं एक सवाल लिख के लाया था, रह गया। आप अपने काम के बीच में 14 से 14 घंटे ऑन बीइंग अ आईटी प्रोफेशनल, आई नो आई एम फ्रॉम मार्केटिंग फील्ड। आईटी और मार्केटिंग ऐसे दो फील्ड हैं जहाँ बहुत टारगेट्स होते हैं, बड़ा प्रेशर होता है। तो कैसे आप बैलेंस बना रहे हो? आखिरी सवाल आपको मैं पूछना चाहूंगा। आप अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ और उसके बाद ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन कोर्सेस लेना, लोगों को इंस्पायर करना, इन सब चीजों के बीच में आप भैया कैसे बैलेंस बना रहे हैं? प्लीज आखिरी आप ये बताइए हमको इस सवाल का जवाब।
For that, I'll attribute this strength to me from the sadhana that I do every day. I take online classes from 5 o'clock to 6:30 morning every day. Salil Pulekarji's sadhana session I do online. So I've been doing it from the COVID times. From July 2000, I've been doing it daily, almost daily, except for few days. I take these morning sessions, and doing that 1.5 hours Padma-Sadhna, Sudershan, Kriya, and meditation helps me to keep me energetic throughout the day. I sleep, people are astonished, but I sleep 5 to 5.5 hours every day, 7 days a week. So I get so much more time in the day for me to do many things. So it's 5.5 hours of sleep. If I get, it is sufficient for me. Every day, it is sufficient. Sometimes if I get less than 4.5, sometimes my office calls gets late till 12 o'clock and such stuff. Then I feel a little tired, but I'll still have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. That I do. But the next day I'll be a little tired if I don't get 5 hours of sleep. 5 hours is sufficient for me. And that is because you have to do the next 1.5 hours of sadhana. Then I'll be energetic throughout the day. Even at 9 p.m. I'll be energetic. So that actually helps. And that will give you so much more time in the day for you to balance all of these things, family, professional life, and it also make you more efficient. Whatever you would otherwise do it for a longer period, it can be like something clicks to you sooner. So the time that you would have taken for 1 hour, it reduces by a big margin, or you become more efficient, or something happens, your way to office becomes faster. All of those things happen. So do your sadhana, be in seva, and surrender when you cannot handle it. जय गुरुदेव।
वी बो
आने के
डाउन टू
लिए
यू
धन्यवाद
भैया।
भैया।
जय गुरुदेव। आप आए, इतना समय निकाला आपने। सेशन लग रहा है अधूरा रह गया भैया, फिर मिलेंगे, एक सेशन फिर करना पड़ेगा। संजय भैया से आधा ही कुछ मिला है, ऐसा लग रहा है, मन ऐसा कर रहा है कि अभी और भी कुछ ऐसा है जो मिल जाएगा और आपसे। तो अगली बार फिर मिलेंगे भैया। सभी को जय गुरुदेव।
जय गुरुदेव।
जय गुरुदेव।
देव